Okay, why isn't it showing anything? There it is. Okay. Let's do this. You and a group of explorers have found a legendary ziggurat hidden in an obscure jungle. According to legend, the ancient structure houses portals to other worlds. Ooh. The outer west wall of the ziggurat consists of a series of entrance doors. This looks like a confusing picture, but we'll get there. Entrance doors. When an explorer enters through a door, they sit in a mobile cart that moves in a straight path until it reaches a switch or hits a wall. A switch reroutes the cart either left or right, depending on the state of the switch and the cart's direction. Ooh, interdimensional portals line the entire north, east, and south walls inside the ziggurat. If the cart is one of these walls, the occupying explorer exits through the portal before them. If the cart ends at the west wall, the explorer exits through a door and returns back outside. The expedition leader has assigned you to the task of keeping track of exit points of each explorer. You're giving an artifact that provides you with a map of the ziggurat's inner chamber. So I'm probably going to do this as a step-by-step situation. If a switch is in the state A and a cart enters by moving west, they are routed north, west, north. Is this type A or type B? East, they're routed south, south, they're routed east, north, they're routed west. If they come from the west, they go north. If they come from the east, they go south. If they come from the south, they go east, and if they come from the north, they go west. Oh, okay. The orthogonal direction opposite to that for the A side. The cart will be routed in the orthogonal direction opposite to that of the A state. So, if it comes... Go away, I don't need that. What does that mean? If it comes in from the west, it goes south. Because that's apparently... Above left is a ziggurat with 4 switches in their initial states. The S in the green arrow represents the initial position of the explorer, who enters through door 1. The switches at 1-1, 1-4, and 4-1 begin in state A, while the switch at 4-4 begins in state B. Do they change states when you go in them? Apparently they do. The left image shows the path followed by the cart in sequence donated by the white dash arrows 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, sure. First it travels through the switch at 1-1, then 4-1, then 4-4. By step 4, after exiting the switch at 1-4, the state of all 4 switches has changed as above. The end state for the switch at 1-4 is B, while the rest end in state A. If the next explorer in the sequence were to also enter the door 1, they would exit the portal at 5-4. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I'll take your word for it on that one. Your function will receive 2 arguments, an n-by-n matrix representing the layout of the ziggurat interior, an array list of the doors, rows entered by each explorer in sequence. Oh, that sounds annoying. Assume each following explorer enters immediately after the preceding explorer has exited. Your function should return an array of exit points of explorers who exit through the portals, and null none for those who return back outside. Who return back outside? What are the... interdimensional portals lie inside the northeast. If a zero hits one of those, the occupies going exit through the portal before them. I guess they exit and go outside. It's a little bit not very clear. But we'll take a look at that. Explorers, that's a lot of explorers. An array list of the doors entered by each number in sequence. Oh, okay. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 of them. So that enters at 1, which means it's going to be, okay, it's going to be none. This enters at this guy and is going to go some way, and apparently exits at 5, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. How does it? With the doors, rows entered by each explorer. Oh, exit points for the ones who exit through the portals. Okay. Wait, that's... I'm going to start building first, and then worry about... Because I have a sense of how I want to approach this programmatically, even if I don't have a clear picture like of where things go. Okay, let's train. This should be a good one. Okay, Artifact Explorer. Example tests. Oh good, we get a lot of example tests. I'm just going to go with this. Okay, here's the first example test. I'm going to lift that out because I'm going to do all this in PyCharm. Zig. Short for cigarette. I don't know how to spell it. Sorry. Okay, zig.py. Doesn't like this at all. I guess we don't want necessarily the next one of these, do we? Okay, reformat. Clean it up for me. What else doesn't it like? How do I get it to reformat? That's what I wanted to do. There we go. That's better. Now it's not complaining at me, at least. Okay. How did I want to start this? I want to start with some object-oriented stuff. So an obvious, well, it's not obvious, but a natural place to start seems to be making an object or making a class of, what doesn't it like about X? Or that's never used. Indent expected. Oh, yeah, because of my class that I'm in the middle of defining. What is it called, the thing that turns? A switch. Class switch. And I'm going to start by defining an init method. I'm not sure I like that purple color. Oh, oops, I need to define that. Define init self and probably some other things, but let's what classes is it going to have? It's going to have a location, which I'll just use as a list. I got to be careful here about how I initiate lists. I remember that. Location equal none by default, but if location not equal, if location is equal none, location equal empty, or maybe I can just equals 0, comma 0. So either location will be none, and I'll make it be 0, 0, or the user of this function. What doesn't it like about here? Okay, we can reformat it to the way it likes. Comparison to none should be, I'm getting distracted by this. Self.location equals location. So we're storing that location to an attribute, and then we want to self.state equals state, and I'm going to let state by default be A because it has to be something. I could make it true, just so I could make it Boolean, but what doesn't it like here? Comparison with none performed with equality operators. Debate comparison to none should be if condition is none. Reformat. If location is none. Huh, I'm not sure why that's a good idea, but as far as I can tell, it's going to work this way, so I'm not going to complain about it. I want to close stf.py. Okay. What else do I want I want it to be able to switch state. Actually, I want a string method so I can print the thing. Just self. Define string of self. Am I supposed to have this here? Remove redundant parentheses. Apparently I'm not supposed to have that there. Okay. What now? Right, define string. S equal switch at location U with state U, and format this as self.location self.state. What's going on over here? Okay, that's fine. So we've got that. We've got something to print it. And now I want to test creating it, and yeah. So switch is that new is actually I don't need new, that's Java. I'm doing Python. So I just do switch equals switch of, let's just check the default values first. Print switch. Let's run that. I don't want to run ASDF.py, I want to run this one. Sorry, this is a new IDE for me. It looks really cool, but also Oops, returns none. Need to return S. I should have just typed return on that line, but whatever. What is it not like here? Oh my god, what did I just do? Okay, undo. Okay, why is it not undoing things? What just happened? Something just went crazy. Oh, I just referred to that function in the, okay, in the built, okay, I don't want to play with built-in stuff. I just want to run this now that there shouldn't be an error. Switch at location 00 with state A. Perfect. I'm going to add a period here. I'm going to call it change state. I could call it switch state, but I don't want to be switching the state of a switch. So I'm going to do it this way. Just self. Oh, it writes that in for you automatically. That's nice. Change state. So if self.state equal A, self.state equal B, else, if, I'll be, well, you'll see what I do, what I'll do, because I'm doing it right now. If self.state equal B, then self.state, oops, that's wrong, that shouldn't be a comparison, that should be assignment. If it was B, then it's A, else, print, actually, I don't know how raise works very well, so I'll just do print, oops, this code should not have executed. Okay. So now switch dot change state and print switch. Let's run. Yep, that's 00 with state A, then with 00 with state B. And we don't need to change the position of switches, so I think I'm done with that. The next object I can think of is the Explorer. Oops. And what do we need to know about the Explorer? Well, again, we're going to use, let's see, class with, not adjectives, attributes. With attributes, position, list, and direction, which is going to be a string. I guess I could do it as an int, but I think it'd be a lot easier for me to read and remember what's going on if I make it a string. Okay. So now I can do init of self. Wait, do I need to include self in a, well, it worked at the last one, so I'll do it again here. And some, self position equal none. I gotta be careful again with position. If you're curious why I have to do that, write in the comments and I'll maybe do a video on that some other time. Position equal none, direction equal, I'm going to say they come in facing east, which I'm pretty sure that's the way that they do start out. Okay, that's init. Oops, define init. stream's audio bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate? Well, yeah, audio bitrate of 0 is a problem. So, if you're here and you don't hear the sound, tell me in the chat. Hold on, I'm gonna test this on my other machine. Sorry if I'm interrupting your coding. Oh wait, there it is. Apparently the sound is on. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why the audio stream's bitrate is 0 according to Google. Whatever. Moving on. We're dividing init if position is none equal 0, 0. Oops, not a tuple. I would definitely want it to be a... Do I want it to be a list? Or a tuple? I think I want it to be a list. I think I want to be able to edit it. Although I could always do something like setting it to a new... Anyway, I want it to be a list. Position equals 0, 0. So self.position equals position. Self.direct... Oops, don't want that space there. Equals direction. Okay, we've got our init. Def string for debugging. Def string itself, sure enough. S equal return S. I could just return what I'm typing in front of S here, but I like doing it this way. Okay, S equal explorer at position thing facing in direction. I'll do thing. Self dot position. Oops, I don't want that to be capitalized. Self dot position. Self. Oops, no, just self dot position. Comma self dot. Let's see, what's the other one? Self dot position, comma self dot direction. Okay, now let's explorer equals explorer instantiator print explorer. Yeah, no, I think it's Alt Shift F10 to run it. Typing left Alt plus Shift changes your input language. You can turn the feature on and off, change your high frequency and customize. I'm gonna make that go away for now. Oh, what did I do? Explore object has no attribute directory on. Well, of course it doesn't. Debugging. It's useful. Okay, and I want a period here because I have it on the other one. I like things to look the same. You know what? I could probably make the code bigger. It might be a little small. Well, I could always do it presentation mode. I'll do that from now on when I'm writing new code. What's wrong with Class Explorer? Expected 2 blank lines, found 1. Reformat file. Oh, between classes? Fair enough. I don't know what that's about, so I'm going to ignore it. Okay, the next thing I want to do is parse the room. And I might make a room object so that I can use that to keep track of. Do I really need to make a room object? I think I could just have variables for the room. Okay, this view is confusing me. This view. Now I can't figure out how to make this view go away. It's gotta be under view, right? Exit presentation mode, there we go. I am going to, and I don't want to breakpoint, I just want to hide Explorer class and switch class room. No, I'm not going to make a classroom. Define, what's it supposed to be called here? Ride of Fortune. Of artifacts and explorers. So we've got the artifact. What do I want to do with it? I want to parse the artifact. So I'm going to make a helper function now. Def parse artifact. I like that combination of a computer science term with a silly artifact term. And what's that going to return? Put in foo for now. Why doesn't it like this? Expected 2 blank lines. So we're going to look through it, and it seems like, my data got corrupted when I let it format things. I've got to be careful of that. I'm going to go back to I'm going to copy this and take away any of this. I'm going to decide that, oh, these are strings. Oh, okay. I think I want to make a list of lists out of those strings. Although maybe I don't need to. All I need to do is read in the information, so I don't have to be editing it at all. So okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, I'm parsing the artifact. So for row in artifact, let's just sanity check and print the row. This is just testing code, so I can comment that out. Oh cool, and I can hide it too. Ooh, it got late. Oh well. Oh yeah, I'm doing my, okay. Artifact equal x 0 explorers equal x1. Pulling that out of there. Let's see, I'll return the string foo so it doesn't give me an error. I want to parse artifact of artifact. Let's run that and see if it prints things the way I expect it to. That's right. Okay. You know what? To make this easier to see, self, old, new. I don't have to actually type in. So old is space, new is going to be a star. Whatever, star is fine. No, I'm going to do a caret. Okay, print those rows. Okay, that's a lot easier to see. Except I think I like it better with an equal sign. It looks like tiles then. I'm getting hung up on this. I should move on. Okay, there we go. So that's at the, let's see. He gave us a handy cheat sheet of the, I'm assuming row is the first index and column is the second. So we're talking about 0, 1, 0, 1. Interestingly, it's at that same place. This one's going to be at 1 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's, once I've, okay. I'll leave that replace statement in there. It's not actually necessary, and I might comment it out eventually, but row equals such and such for character in row if character equals the string A, make path, make new switch. With location I comma j, and I'll have to define those indices in a minute, with I comma j and state A. Actually, I can be a little bit tidy about this. If it's in AB, state character. Nice. Actually, I know what I'm doing now, so I can just do it. Which equal switch object of location. Nice. It tells me that right there. Oh, I like this IDE. I like this IDE a lot. I comma j, and it's going to complain because I haven't defined I or j yet, but we'll leave that alone for now. This is going to be character. Now, for I comma row in enumerate artifact, for j comma character in enumerate row, and then I'm gonna make a list of switches, initialize it to 0. I can actually, no, I am going to, I don't know if I can need to do this on 2 lines, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in 2 lines. Switches dot append switch. Okay, and then return list of switches. So we can take away that return foo. Okay. Parts artifact. Print parts artifact of artifact. It doesn't like something here. What does it not like? Illegal target for variable annotation. Let's start over. Print parse artifact of artifact. I don't know what was wrong, but seems to be okay now. Oh, it doesn't know how to print switches? Maybe if I do switches equal that for switch in switches print switch. Oops. Print switch. Switch, oops. Okay, let's try that. There we go. At 1-1 with state A and 1-4, 4-1 and 1-4. Let's come back up here. I want to print the room. Where did that go? Oh, I deleted it. Well, I don't need to print the artifact. I've got it here. 1, 1. Okay, 4. Okay, good. So I've got parse artifact figured out. The next thing I want to do is let's see. I'm not totally okay. Sorry, I'm going quiet here. Any thoughts from the crowd on where I should go next? I'm kind of blanking here. Well, I want to read in my. Okay, we have our switches equal parse artifact of artifact. Now that we have switches, explorers we already have. So for explorer in explorers, I'm gonna come up with a function move explorer. Let's see here. What's the result of them moving? It's a position for them to leave. Let's look at this. Okay, it's a two-part coordinate. So exit location equal move explorer of explorer. Create function move explorer. Yes, please. Okay. Well, it's a little bit confusing. This is technically explorer. Oh, I want to refactor this so it changes it in other places. Explorer. Explorer row. Well, I don't know why I didn't change that one. So the reason I did that is I want the variable explorer to go along with the explorer object or explorer class. That's what I want for that. Explorer equals explorer class. But I want it to be of something in particular. What are the parameters for an explorer? I'm surprised it's not. Oh, there we go. Position equals none. It's going to be in something comma column 0, and that something is explorer row. And then it's going to have a direction which I technically don't have to specify, but I'm going to specify it just so I remember what's going on. Missing white space after the comma. Okay. Let's see, view appearance, presentation mode. So now we have it facing, I already did move explorer, although the next thing I want to do is move it by one step, so I'll just call it step. Let's see, I'm going to do this as an explorer method. And it's going to complain that we don't have that method. Add method step explorer. Okay. Cool. So we need logic in terms of what direction it's facing. It's always going to an explorer taking a, let's see, if so we have self.location, right? Self.position. Did I use positions for explorers, but location for, so that's annoying. I'm gonna, yeah, switches can have locations and explorers can have positions, that's fine. So we have self.position, and we want to check in each of for switch switches, which, oh, darn it. This is where understanding inheritance would come in handy, I feel like. Well, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take a procedural approach and feed switches into my move explorer function. What's wrong with that? It's not used. I'll get around to it. Step explorer of self, but I also want it to be step explorer. We already made the explorer. Oh, okay, yeah. Explorer row and switches. So now we have this of self and switches. You know what? I'm gonna run this and see if we get any error. Just to see if we get any errors. Oh, I can click on that and it brings it up. And there, man, this is nice. Any other errors while we're at it? Extended and indented block. Okay. All right, there are no errors at least, so that's worth something. For switch and switches, if self.position is equal to, let's see, are equality comparisons dicey for lists? Well, I can deal with that in the debugging. If self.position equals switch dot location, they've got different names, but they're the same data format. Wait. The self dot turn explorer, because the self is an explorer. Which I guess is obvious because it's within the explorer class, but a reminder may help me. Self.turn explorer, it's gonna, let's see, as a function of switch. Turn explorer of self, comma switch. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Hold on, I got some other business to attend to. I'll be right back. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Now I can stay a little longer. Took care of some business. So step explorer, for switch and switcher, turn explorer, we've got past there for now. I'll go ahead and put in some of that logic. If switch dot state equal A, do some stuff. Else if switch dot state equal B, do stuff, else print, oops, this code shouldn't have executed. Okay, we'll come back to that. So we've coded in the turn for switch in switches. Why is it complaining that? Shadow's name from outer scope. Outer scope. Okay, rename elements. My switch. Not a very clever name, but that's kind of cool. Not entirely sure what it is, but it's kind of cool. Okay, now what? Oh yeah, we've already done the switches. And if that's not the case, then we just move on. Oh yeah, it depends now on location. If direction. If self.direction equals east, I'll start with north. Should use my colon. I'm gonna make 4 of these. Why doesn't it like this? Colon expected. There's a colon. Oh, oopsies. North, east, south, and west. And what I'd like to be able to do is say so we've got self.position. I'd like to be able to say self.position at index. Okay, I gotta think now. That's north, so that's going upwards. At position 1 for column plus equals, nope, it's going up, so that's decreasing because we index from the top left of the screen. Self-position minus equal 1. Don't need the semicolon. Now, I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if that's going to behave the way I'm expecting it to. And this is kind of, could be nasty, so I'm going to not wait for the debugging stages to you know what I'll do? I'll write it the painful way. Equals a list composed of foo and bar, where foo is in the 0 index and bar is self.position in the 1 index minus 1 because it's stepping upwards. and it's going to want a space there. Now for south, it's similar, except we're adding one because that's the down direction. Take away path. Do something similar here, except now that we're going east, we're adding one in the row direction. Better take out that subtraction there. And for west, we're subtracting one in that direction. Alright, and I already did that, so let's see. Turn Explorer. Move Explorer forward. Now somewhere in here I need the logic for whether the Explorer has exited. So I'm gonna do, I think I know how I want to do this logic. I want to put a while put a while in room. That's gonna be a Boolean value, and we're gonna start with in room equal true. While in room, if in room is gonna no, I don't want to have a function that both does something and changes something. In room equal test explore. Yeah, let's call it test explorer in room. Oh, this is kind of where I kind of okay. Eventually, I'll create a function to make it stop complaining. See, I'm gonna need test explorer in room. I'm gonna need information about the room. How do I get that in here? Okay, it's late where I am, so I'm going to call it a night on this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. I certainly had some good coding time. Learned some stuff. I wonder if this is a hard problem or if I'm making it hard for myself. Hard to know sometimes. Oh, I've been doing just about an hour. Not a bad time to stop. Okay, I'm going to end the stream. Bye-bye.